Hi. Hi. I wonder how many of you have hung out here way back. Way back. Or, in fact, do y'all remember the first Near Automata Flowers that wasn't actually this particular world of Near Automata Flowers? It was much more bloomy, much more blue. It was also not a world on its own. The very first one was a secret area in someone else's world. And it was kind of made for me at the time. It's kind of like a really old story at this point. But at that time, that's kind of how it went. We had these kind of tribute worlds in a way, but it was just kind of like, how do I put this? It was really fun. I'm just adjusting my fan. Hi everyone. How we get? Let me just adjust my player. So, hi. I decided to do an impromptu, like, 2B avatar. This is actually a bass I'm gonna be using for dancing. And I was like, what should I do with with this bass that I'm gonna use for dancing? And I'm like, I could just like put like 2B clothes on it, right? So I scattered and scavenged around and bought a whole bunch of 2B avatars and like, all right, time to put the outfit on this. And I sped ran. It is not really finished. Nothing really works. But hey, it's here. You know? So there are things like that. I'll be going over to an instance in a second. But hey, it's been a week since I did the whole gender stream, so how y'all doing? What's up, what's up, what's up? Hey. Thank you. So, I've been good. I'm about to do a lot of work in real life, so I might be unavailable for a while actually. Maybe a week or so. But I wanted to just be live tonight and hang out with y'all. It's super buggy. It's so experimental. I'm still working on it. But yeah, this is pretty fun, I think. Yeah, here we go. Got the usual kind of like, well, I know the original has like the whole bodysuit, but yeah, this is pretty fun too. I cannot misclick here. If I misclick, it's GGM. The top comes off, I get banned. Like I said, it was like a speedrun, so I don't have any stream security on this. How have y'all been since last week anyway? It was a bit of a crazy time, wasn't it? I'll hop on the instance in a bit and then I'll go to a corner. We can maybe ask some questions and such if you're curious about it. Otherwise, just gonna have some fun, I guess. So, for context, by the way, when I first joined VRChat in like 2017, I worked on this model, this 2V avatar, right? And I was like considered like the 2V of VRChat, and there was like I had like those little 2V emojis in the official VRChat server that was like referencing me and shit, and then like I became problematic, so all of that got wiped. But hey, looks like now, many years later, I think everything I did aged pretty well, actually. Hey, anyway, so let's get into it. I have an instance of people. Hi. So. Let's put the camera way up. How's the temperature at your side? Like, it's been really fucking hot for me. There you go. It's pretty glitchy looking, huh? Whatever. It's pretty hot, huh?
What the fuck?
Recording. He's so cute. Small.
Let's say hi to everyone first and get to our corners.
Quiet as
Hello.
robot or cyber.
Hi.
Hi. Hi. How y'all doing?
I'm very cooked. Good.
Hell yeah.
To be or not to be.
Yeah, I decided to pretend it's 2017 today. Hi.
Oh.
Oh,
Sorry, I'm not blonde enough for that.
oh, I see.
Yeah. I'm just for the occasion. Yaru is timeless.
I was in 27.
Oh shit. What the heck? What's this outfit?
What the heck?
Cyberpunk. Oh hell yeah. Looking good. Of course, this comes with no, I cannot. I'm so like in danger of misclicking. Hi.
I'm in danger.
I'm in danger. It'll clip like crazy. I got a robot. Like the good old robot. Can't reach it. How we go? This is not a very clickbait title of me. I could probably bait more people into clicking, but I think this is fine.
What? Where are these noises coming
Hmm.
Probably a very cat build right now. Going after the little robot in the sky.
Anyway.
I spent all last night and 5 hours today on this.
Nice.
Silly humanoid.
This turned out pretty well. Except Latex, I think, has effect players. I need to take the orb reflection off.
Hey, let me go upstairs real quick.
Actually,
Some yapping to do. I'll be back.
default landscape. Did you see? By the way, did you see fucking a signal pop up in your face? You did something earlier.
Talking about timing.
Hi.
Oh, Leah. Nice outfit.
Thank you.
Looking good.
Do you like it better this way?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
You know, it's well, this is one of those moments where my toggle to take off the dress is right next to my toggle to go naked and get banned. And so I'm going to do it several times for a stream and like not mess it up.
Let's just pray for no drift.
It got you acting
Nice.
unwise.
Or, I mean, pray for drift. No, pray for no drift.
Listen, it's like
No.
if you get really good at mountain climbing, you can do it without a rope. It's just like, you know, riding a bike, you know?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The text didn't change.
Kurwa.
So, what in the unwholesome are you all doing today?
Nothing.
You know,
If you-
robot.
Okay.
You look nothing alike.
Hmm?
Okay, no, all Gumroads look the same.
Yeah,
I mean,
honestly,
no.
we kind of do. A little bit.
Oh my god, the Gumroad booth model conversation.
You have the exact same face shade.
Oh my
This just
god.
sounds more and more bad.
Avatar makers, am I right?
Okay, no,
I honestly-
every
I say to them-
Gumroad avatar has the pointy nose,
The most
two
prominent one
nostrils,
of
and
all.
the mouth shape that's like that.
You know,
And the big ol'
something-
eyes with the big eyeliner
after-
and eyelashes.
Them big ol' eyes.
after seeing this, I kind of understand why the Balkans went wrong.
The what?
The Balkans went wrong.
Are you...
Which time?
Are you...
How many? What's this then? You really find a Spamton avatar from a nose that bad?
I
Spam.
can't believe this.
Smack bomb PUS.
I think you all have unique appearances.
Thank you.
Even if I can identify the exact name of the exact basis y'all are using.
Well, that's.
But that's okay. You know why it's
Yeah.
okay? Because
Mommy.
because we're all fucking in these avatars anyway, so sure you feel good in it.
Speak for
I nodded
yourself.
too early.
Oh, you're not fucking in
I'm
your
not
avatar?
necessarily.
Hello.
I'm not answering that on stream.
Exactly. That's what I thought.
That was more of an answer than you could ever have given. Why did you say it like that?
Get her ass.
Sex.
I'm just like jumping at your text and like
Holy shit.
blowing it away like
Sex
it's
jump scare.
smoke.
Hi. What's up?
No.
Wait, what did you say? Say it again.
She said yes, she is.
Okay.
Real.
I haven't played like near music Christy in a long time. Feels good. Hi, hi.
Mia, I have a question.
You have a question?
When you joined, did you hear very loud Deltarune music?
No.
Okay, that's good.
I have the world music turned off.
Well, it was part of an avatar that I was showing to people because I found an avatar that's like an entire Deltarune boss fight, but I didn't realize the music was global, so everyone could hear it. And I didn't want to play like
I'm
very
actually
loud
getting
music
cold.
on stream. So I'm glad it didn't come through. And
Yeah, it's just no.
Be indoors and have a hoodie on and
Alright.
comfortable.
I know. I didn't even think about this. I'm gonna sleep so fucking well. Sorry, give me like a day or two and then I'll get over it and treat it as like a normal everyday thing.
Yeah, get hit.
Let's see. How many assets did I use? I grabbed like, I think these are 2 different Gumroad models and 1 Gumroad asset that I put together. So we got like, I think Kuro, and then there's like the 2B Gumroad model that I put, like I got like some stuff from, and then there's like what's it called again? Yeah, this outfit. Yeah, this outfit. But I'm not done with it yet. I'm still like doing the little modifications so it doesn't clip all over the place and such. But it was fun. It was fun to mess around with this for a bit. Hey, thank you so much for the 43 months. Hold on, let me get notifications up. I had to disable for the other stream. There you go. Chat's gonna show up here in a second too.
I'm ironically listening to Dark Like Vader right now.
What's that?
Crazy.
Dark Like Vader, that Chavi song I showed you from like 2004.
Is that a radar in your head?
Yes.
Why are you chasing her around?
Alright, let's sneak off over here and have a little conversation.
You're not wearing any.
The
Okay,
government
it's back.
did make the pigeons.
Hi, chat. Hey.
There you go.
This is a little different from how you're used to me, isn't it? I don't usually have models that look this way, I suppose. I don't even have titles that are this, specific normally. This might be more like, might be a little incognito stream in that sense. No, not many people are gonna notice it, maybe. Anyway, how are you doing? Did you take a look at what I've uploaded recently? Little videos and such? If you want to talk about or ask me any questions, go right ahead. I don't mind having any conversation and such about it. I'll probably just, vibe today. I have some water, actually. It's crazy. Oh my god. Some water. Whoa. Nauga. Yeah.
Remember, this is the.
I probably such a title to stream, but I thought it would be fun to put that on. Let's see, what should I stream? What should I name that stream? Let's name it something else, like
Wow, what a throwback when I would actually use that model, and now I don't.
And this is just like a combination of existing models, just to get the 2V vibe going. I don't quite remember all the names of all the models though. Everyone has so many names for things and such. Yeah.
Very pretty, very.
Why are you white?
You can't just say that.
Sammy playing P.
Yeah.
What the fuck's your problem?
Let's just do this.
You need to leave.
Sign my fucking petition.
I haven't seen Ace Ventura.
Thank you. God, you should watch it. It's got the
Let's name the stream.
Did you see the beach pigeons?
I
Took a
doubt
photo.
I think I missed it. White pigeons.
They're very
Hey,
they're
cute.
colored and white. They're so cute.
I don't know white
No,
pigeons.
that's so wholesome. What would be like a title for today? How about like
Kind of just want to party inside.
soft vibes? Yes. Let's go.
You did that one shot. Oh, yeah, that. Yeah, I did that.
Why are you biting her?
Oh wait, are you talking
I
about
was
that
just
scene?
thinking, like, Suicide Girl. Yeah.
Let me try something.
Google fit. Sort of alt.
I mean, it's pretty high.
I've stopped doing that. They're
Exposing maybe.
Let me check something real quick.
Oh, got a little artsy charm. Little slime charm on the fly.
Because it's a little bit too much.
Probably it's not like this. I mean, it's not like this. I mean, it's that way because it. Yeah, what? I don't know what you change on that.
Some point.
Fucking. You stress
The
me out.
movie doesn't come out till late October.
Okay, there we go.
I might die on the trip before I get to watch it.
Yeah.
Annoying. That was there.
Don't die, pigeon. You got too many pigeons close.
Wait, no.
What's your name?
So,
Oh wait. There's no way. Yes. I thought you meant.
honestly, I prefer it this way. I prefer it this way, actually. Right? It looks good.
Upcoming VR.
And then get these highlights in, and then
Probably about.
yes, isn't this nicer? I like it.
Something buddies, yeah. Airbuds.
Jingle jingle.
I can't believe it.
Is the sword functional? It will be. I broke it.
I can't believe it.
It probably will be.
Impression got drowned.
I put this together from existing avatars in like the last couple of hours, real quick, while doing other things. So I don't really have like that much that I can really like, you know. So I need to do more stuff about it. Yeah.
And if whoever doesn't watch it, yeah.
Mm.
It's very.
Mhm.
Oh my god, wow.
so fun.
You're my favorite
You can watch it too
character.
if you want.
Wow, you really grew up.
Paimon.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Paimon?
It's kind of interesting because like I don't usually like modify anything from Gumroad, but you know I really like this avatar, and I was like, okay, can I slap a 2B outfit on it? You know what I mean? But yeah. It is still so warm. And God, I wonder if you
Surprised me, it's my fucking.
have been
What was your Xbox name?
have you been doing good?
My
What
friend
was your
has
Xbox?
like it's kind of shitty.
Get it out.
The focus area.
Yeah, this is I need to grab some names here because I don't have the links for everything. Where is it? Eto. I saw someone make this like outfit, which is not exactly how the 2B outfit is, because you see the back is different and such. And also this is like clearly open here, right? So it's like based off it. Which I was like, oh, that's really cute. And yeah, pretty much. So, but this is all pretty work in progress. I don't know if I have time to finish it, question mark, because of all of the work I'm going to be doing the next couple of days. But I'll give it a shot, you know what I mean? I don't know how many more assets I want to grab from other 2D avatars or just the game assets and such. But I want to probably also grab some sort of like shooting mechanics for the bot here. I want to get some shooting mechanics. Maybe have like sword like throwing mechanics or something. Kind of work on it with like more effects in mind, because that's what I used to do with these 2D characters back then, like in 2017. So I thought it would be really fun to revisit it and such. Yeah, pretty much. And of course, I need an actual 2D mode, right? So getting the actual hair, the actual like, you know, the proper look and such, not just the references, but like the full thing. I also want to get that done. That would be fun. Hello.
Archie, we're talking about old gamer tags. What was your old Xbox Live name?
My old Xbox Live name.
I'll tell you what mine one was. It was Anaconda 007.
Yeah.
that bad.
That's kind of wild, I guess. If we're talking olds, I remember my first username, so that was like RuneScape era. For me, my Xbox era stuff is still out there, so I can't talk about it. I have a YouTube. My first YouTube channel was like 2008, and it blew up to 1 million or 2 million views and such. So that's still out there.
Whoa.
So
So you gotta keep it a secret.
yeah. As for my
Any
first,
cringe usernames.
yeah. So when I was like 12 or something, around this period of time of being 12 years old, I was already growing up to be quite the edgy person, and my RuneScape username was like Pain666 or some shit.
Ooh.
You know, so
Me, I'm pain.
yeah, pretty much. So like,
Devil my side.
it didn't take very long for me to already be pretty edgy and unhappy. At like 10 or some shit. Awooga. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I got some really old usernames as well. I think one of my most cringe ones was Let's Go Crazy, because it was right before the One Direction song came out, where they said let's go crazy, crazy, crazy until we hit the sun. And everybody just sang it on me, and I just wanted to cry every time. I thought it was so genius. Yeah.
I mean, hey, I remember a lot of usernames actually, because after my my edgy username, I very quickly started moving to my feminine usernames at like 13-ish, 13, 14. And that's when I started building my first communities and such. And so I think the first one was like Rashiru, which was like supposed to be like a Japanese cute version of Rachel. And then for a little bit after that, I was known as Love, which is some special signs afterwards. And then I was known as Yandere. Yeah.
Yonder.
Mm-hmm.
Not without the dev, right? No dev?
Mm-hmm. No. Oh my god.
You didn't have dev. Okay. Whew. Dodged a bullet. Cool.
No, that was like a roleplay kind of thing. So that was really fun.
What do I have? Ooh. I had an old account on like a website called Japan the Shadow Knight.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's pretty
I was
edgy.
ultra edgy.
You got like a demon inside.
I just started watching anime, and I want to do like chat room roleplay as like an edgy anime character. Let's not talk about that.
I think. Yeah. I think that's about it for like older usernames and such that I really like, that are actually old. I would say like last 10 years is not very old for me.
Oh yeah.
Cause I'm an old bitch at this point.
One more name I used to have was Blazing Eagle, but spelled wrong. It was EL instead of LE, so it's Egil.
Oh, I see.
I thought I spelled it correctly for so long. I just didn't know.
Yeah, there's many things like that. Like, oh yeah, this is my email address. Wait, it's misspelled, but now I'm stuck with it because I've been using it for a year or something.
Yeah, exactly.
I had so many things like that back then.
What's your most stupid username you've had? And don't just point to the left and like as if you're saying your current username is stupid. Something stupid. Can I see my fingers moving?
No.
Interesting. What is that?
Entry is called Yet Another Murder Monster, and it's the most wholesome fucking thing in the universe. It literally just starts off like a kid who didn't know what to do, and then they like give him like bowling balls he can actually roll and play with, and he gets happy. He's the cutest fucking thing in the universe. And then you read the next.
I can touch it.
No, that's cute boy.
That's funny. Hi.
Lava lamp.
What?
Relax.
Hi.
Liquid.
Oh, is that the SCP you're talking about?
Sleepy, sleepy. Yeah. I'm sweaty. Oh my god. It's cooler today, but it's still like warm. Yeah. Our buildings keep that shit, you know?
This is really hot. I like how that's when you went first.
Yeah. You know, hold on. You know, I think we're allowed to do this. I think we're allowed to do this. Are we allowed to do this, chat? Are we allowed to do this? Is this okay? Is this TOS? If we commit to this act, would this be TOS? If we commit to this?
Yeah, so like if you sip a cup of water, you're under the water. If you step in a puddle, you're under the water. If you go to the bar, you're under the water. And my thought just went like,
Just imagine like you're sitting here and we're like this for like 10 minutes. Like, are we gonna commit? Oh my god, is this okay? It's like hovering forever. Or just move the camera for a second and just like do this.
I think it's explained in the entry, but I don't remember it because people mostly just focus.
They can't tell because they just see our heads.
Yeah, your lungs would get crazy.
Right? It's completely incognito. You can't see anything.
And the entire point is, if you draw a picture of it or like any information.
Talk about edging. Yeah, that's true. Becca! Hi! Thank you for the 25 Prime. Hey. We're edging chat. Look, if we put the camera here, you can't tell whether we're making out or not. See? And then everyone can like, you know, shove their dreams in between us. You know, their hopes and dreams. It'd be quite crazy. Oh, have a good night, baby. What's this effect on my hair? Oh god. It's a little excessive. And maybe I fucked up. I probably fucked up somewhere. I don't remember it being that way. Or maybe it was already there. I just messed up somewhere. I don't know. Hey. Hey. Wait, I have bangs still? Like, bang sliders? They probably don't work. No, they don't work. Okay.
I'm worried.
Right.
Wearing a straight jacket. You're crazy. You have no arms.
No, I think her arm's like tied up.
You know,
I don't need them.
Oh, my hair. My hair froze. There we go. Wait. There we go. So, I'm not so sure where to go from today, or how to go through today. I'm not so sure. I'm gonna need to do some sort of subathon soon because everything that I am doing right now is extremely expensive. So I might need your support soon. So, but I have to. I don't have the time to actually do a set subathon until like I don't know, next month maybe. Maybe. It'll be a little bit of a time that I need to yeah, take a look at. Today is going to be a relatively short stream, by the way. So, if you have somewhere you need to go, chat gift your money. Luna, thank you so much for the 19 months. Look at you. Vika, thank you, thank you. I mean, look at you. You look fancy as heck. You look like you're going to some prestigious school for sure. Look at that. Hell yeah. Get your free pin today.
No, it's more like plastic. It could be hair, though. I could, like, change it so that it could
It's a long day today. But it'll be a little bit cooler for now.
Way better now.
So, since we have a little bit less time than usual, I was thinking on catching up with y'all. If y'all wanted to talk about something. Oof. Because, yeah, I think that might be a good idea. Oh, hell yeah. Walking in the rain. It feels like almost rainforesty outside now because it's so fucking hot and humid and wet. I read all your comments on my latest videos. They're really supportive. Thank you so much. I know that. Well, I don't know that actually. I don't know if nobody really approached me with anything negative to say, so I was pretty happy. I think that people are pretty good about it. So yeah. And I thought about like what you all told me, how you wanted me to try out making contents more related to, you know, my thoughts and feelings about myself and things and topics like that and such. That have more relation to identity, gender, that kind of thing, you know. I'm like, alright, cool. I actually talked to a whole bunch of people for the last week, and like I got a lot of different like. I guess I didn't get much different feedback. Actually, almost everyone kind of said that they understood what I was saying, and I had a few people actually like paraphrased me perfectly. I was like, "Whoa, I didn't expect that at all." So yeah, that's kind of cool. Oh yeah, I haven't had any like problems from like active haters in like a very long time at this point. So yeah. That's mostly fine. I guess in that sense, I did realize that in comparison to before, I probably don't have like a single other like VTuber streamer that still pays attention to me, even though like I was connected with so many, I guess. But I guess at one point everyone muted me on Twitter because I was too fucking horny or something. A lot of people in VRC can relate. Yeah. That's true. Not every way to be trans is equally represented. My sword poked you in the eye? Oh no. The horror. Hello. I'm doing wonderful. Gotta rejoin. Gotcha. So, um, I'm a little bit, I guess, I'm a little idle right now because of all the IRL stuff that's happening. But I'm kind of like, every time I pause, I'm like trying to like not design another story in my mind, you know? And I have so many of them now. Right now I'm like in a super cyberpunk mood, and I'm just constantly thinking of like cyberpunk related stories and such. So yeah, it's always like fun to just yes. Daydreaming, not exactly. I just kind of like, I'm doing something and then I like pause and then I like try to visualize like an actual story that I could tell. The problem is that like everything I think of requires so much visual storytelling that I cannot do. So I need to like quote unquote invent or figure out a way to do storytelling that I can do by myself with a point of view camera, which would be the viewer kind of thing. But doing it by myself, because found footage is already like not so new, but it's a little different when I have to do it like by myself, where it's like more of a game cutscene where you interact with one other person on the screen and they interact with you and you cannot see yourself and such. And I think Cyberpunk does that a lot actually, where you have like one person on screen and you're like heavily focused on that one person and there's nobody else but environment on the scene itself. And so, yeah. I don't know who that is. Yeah, the new anime seasons are coming out now, and they look really exciting. I think I have more than 10 anime I want to watch.
I'm just imagining like a skit comedy where it's like someone trying to fight a really like terrible dancers. Put your hands up. So put your hands up. It's like an actual gun. And this one is it's like
Okay, there we go. Oh, I need to turn on a different power plant. Hold on. CPU goober. Hold on.
Don't hit that button.
Get real email with it. Dissolve would be
There we go. That should do the trick. So, I kind of wanted to take it a little easier, you know? I guess I'm talking into the void a little bit here. I know a lot of you are lurking right now. It's not a sad thing, but, you know, I wonder how... You ever just have a moment where you can tell that you're about to hit a different phase in life. Everything has been going a certain way, and relatively everything has gone without too many disasters. There are definitely some, but not too many. A year passes, 2 years pass, 5 years pass, 10 years pass, 15 years pass. Sometimes you can go through so many years without not really feeling like things are really changing or hitting a really different phase in your life. You know what I mean? Relationships change, friends groups change. You may have gone through so many breakups and new connections since an X amount of years ago. But even then, it's like sometimes things stay consistent with like a certain perspective, or like everything just feels a little familiar, you know what I mean? Like within your realm of expectations, within the comfort you're used to. And sometimes a moment happens where you can really tell that that's it's about to hit a different book entirely. Not a different chapter, but like a different book, you know what I mean? Hi, Doctor. And I kind of feel like right now I'm like, I've been inching closer to the end of a book for the last like year or so, but especially the last 6 months, I think. A book that started a couple of years ago, and I can already see the sequel, and I definitely feel like I will always be able to share whatever I'm doing with all of you. 100%. But I am ready to go on a new adventure, actually. I feel like I'm like ready to explore again, to get new experiences, talk to new people, create new spaces, find out where the next groups are, the next communities, the next streams, the next platforms. You know what I mean? I'm kind of ready to move forward. So I feel like the next YouTube videos, the next Twitch streams might have like a different energy to me, where I feel more excited to explore again. It's like, you know, sometimes when you feel too comfortable in something, it's time to go on another adventure, you know what I mean? I feel like it's time to go on another adventure, pretty much. So, now I gotta drag y'all with me. Clearly, I can fit y'all in my backpack anyway, can't I? Fuck yeah. It's not really a unwholesome stream, is it? I have it filtered for no reason, really. Oh, my avatar's a little bit unwholesome, I guess. I always like your vibe. And your outfit is really good too. Hell yeah. The real reason why I'm holding this camera up this high is because, like, I didn't clear this for stream at all. It's like 1 millimeter away from nip slipping, essentially. So like I'm not moving around that much. mm. Well, I can just switch avatars and be fine, but I kind of feel it being in this. But I should do the right thing. Actually, I do have a new avatar for you, by the way. This one is not put together by a couple of models like this one. This one is put together by several models. I didn't put, but like, but this one, here's something to show you. I think you'll like this actually. Wait, I might not be dressed. Hold on. Seems about right, actually. Anyway, student council president character. Something I did for like a roleplay. A lot of physics here too, huh? Can I open the bag? Yeah. I can't show you what's inside though, but I can open the bag. Crazy. Oh. Oh. I lost my overlay. There you go. You're not very disciplined, are you? so many people. Guess I turned the voices down a little bit. Here. Can't turn it on. How about this one? Yeah. Hello? Hi.
Because I found that wasp and I was like, hey, can you please confirm if this is actually you? And they were like, yeah.
How you doing?
I'm good. I went to the pool today because it was really hot.
It is still kind of hot, but yeah.
I can't hear from one ear because my ear was waterlogged.
Oh, okay.
How about you?
I was doing like an avatar, but I feel like it's prone to like nipses from like 3 out of 4 angles, so I can't use it.
Can I see it later?
Yeah. It's just like a 2D edit that I made out of some models that I combined.
Okay. Why are you here and not with everybody? Why are you here and not with everybody?
I'm talking to Chad.
Hi, Chad.
Hey.
Okay, I'll leave you to it. What?
Look at his face. Look at his face. Look at his face. But it's cute. Hey.
Bye bye.
Paying tribute to Maru.
Hello.
To keep her in good faith.
Wow.
Why nothing? Hi. What did you say? Sorry about that.
What is this?
This is for character concept. It's a proof of concept kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Look at you. You're blue.
Have you been playing any fun games lately?
I am very blue, yeah.
Yeah. Usually I'm the only blue person around.
Yeah, it's not really there all that often. But I like blue skinned demons, so yeah.
I see. I used to date a blue skin demon.
Oh.
Mhm.
I see.
Back when I was a red skin demon.
I see. Right. So you're kind of like matching.
Yeah, that was the idea.
These two.
Hold.
Yeah.
I see. I think I'm starting to understand what the concept is for. Okay. That's pretty cool. Oh my god. I like it.
Yeah. I've been wanting to do this for a couple of days now.
I like it.
I finally got the opportunity to. Once again, proof of concept. I'm gonna try to like refine it quite a bit.
I see. I like it.
Yeah, thank you.
Hell yeah.
Alright. I'll leave you alone with chat if you want.
Gotcha. Thank you. Have a good time. I kind of like this idea where people can come in, say hi to you.
guess I was going to slow her down, right? I was going to
Santa's measuring your ears.
28 months. Holy hell. Having fun?
Thank you.
A little bit since
Hey, hey.
honestly I only know like the surface.
So,
28 months is a long time. Thank you, QB.
when the stream is what?
Yeah.
Okay, she doesn't have one. You can't. It doesn't count.
No
Oh,
pin 15.
don't make that. Don't make that.
No pin 15.
Okay, you can't just measure the bean and call it done. You know.
What? Oh my god. You with that crazy micro
Try to be
penis.
careful with the slowly just there we go.
It's actually the first time I've seen you do the like mouth thing. Hey now. What's that?
Go play.
Is it getting hot in here? I guess a tiny bit. It's okay. I can be there for you. You know.
Don't do it, Anne. On your morals.
It is so warm.
It's really hard to get me dripping with sweat.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
That sounds...
It's like my body produces
Let me. Can I confess about something? You know? Since I was like connected to the internet, I never had even before then, I never had content filtered to me in my entire life. I've seen pretty much anything I could find since I was like 5 years old or something. And I never really thought about it that much. Whether it was violent games, movies, or even sexual content in movies, or when I first found the internet and saw all the fucked up things immediately, I knew where to go. By the time that I was 18, I already seen everything 100 times over, you know? Sex, deprived shit, death, murder, and grotesque behavior. And I actually, the older I got, the more I started to try and prevent it a bit more, I guess. And at least when it came down to the violence, never the sex. The sex was always still pog, you know? Of course. But I have seen people die in various ways that are just showing up on my Twitter timeline or random web pages that, like a news article or something, or even just on TV or something, I don't know. But it's come to the point where I developed a few, like, I feel like permanent memories on how someone died on camera, or how someone, like, you know, how someone's fate ended up and such. And sometimes it messes me up a little bit. Pretty much. And it's kind of the part where why I don't like casual, like, violence jokes most of the time, or a lot of comments about, like, I guess, wars and such. Because it just reminds me of the things that I saw, the videos that I saw that like kind of like stick with me sometimes. I don't know, there's just some, it's not many, because I've seen a lot of things, but not many stuck with me, but some of them did. And so I always like, one thing or reason that I really like how sex and like specifically self-made lewd content is that it is such a dopamine for someone sometimes, you know? Like we're just like going crazy, smiling, laughing, being lewd at the same time. And even though it's considered not great in many spaces in the world to create any not safe for work content, I feel like there's no version of reality where that is ever worse in every way and form than violent content. And when I say violent, I don't mean fake. I don't mean video games or something. I mean real shit. Like, if I scroll through my timeline and I see someone getting, you know, shot or something, that's like, I don't want to see that on my timeline. You know what I mean? If it's a game, I play all the GTAs. That's not a fucking issue. And none of us care about video game violence. We're talking about real stuff, right? So I don't know. It's it's why I always like, and I never really said this before in public. I never made a point of it, and I never really made a comment other than, oh, I don't really want to talk about violence today, kind of thing. So that's as far as I ever take it. I don't really feel the need to change what other people are talking about most of the time. And the difference is that, like, if I wake up in the morning and I open up Blue Sky, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, whatever the fuck, right? And I scroll through it, right? And if the chances are like 20-30% that I'm going to see someone die again, it's like, jeez. It's like, it would be nice sometimes to not, right? So I have moments sometimes where I wake up in the morning, I'm like, right, today I'm going to avoid this, you know, and it often means I cannot scroll through some web pages, because it's kind of like part of social media, you know. And the thing about it is, like, it's hard to filter everything. I might have to take a look at filtering options again, to see if I turn on one of the content filters, if it doesn't remove the lewd content filter, perhaps there's something to be gained there. And maybe having no filters is really my problem, that I usually never run any filters on my social media platforms. Therefore, getting exposed by everything should be my own fault, right? But I never anticipated for that much to be pushed to my feed. And I guess now I'm starting to realize how, I guess, like, when I was by myself, I didn't think about it. But that's probably because I had a reaction on my own. And looking at it, it was like, that kind of made me uncomfortable. Just keep scrolling, you know? But the difference is that if I see someone else react and they're like chuckling, it's like, oh, that kind of hits me a little differently, you know? Oh shit. Maybe I should be a bit more careful with how I consume content. And I go by this as I do with many other things. which is I don't really make many comments about other people's behavior in real time. Nor do I really like impair someone's experience in real time either. I often feel like my words end up being too influential, and therefore I can never really make too many casual comments without the room going silent or something like that, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah, I guess a rare thing for me to share when it comes down to that sort of thing. Because I remember growing up and being exposed to all kinds of violent content, but it wasn't real content. It was movies, games, whatever. So I never cared, and I never felt like, it never felt like it was normalized to me. I never felt comfortable to look at real stuff afterwards. It was more like I've always felt uncomfortable looking at the real shit. I think that's the normal response, right? So I guess I am also like a case exam of like, oh, what happens if you expose someone to fake violence in from like 5 years old or something? In my case, I think I still have all my empathy in check, at least. I actually don't remember of many cases where that isn't the case, but I've had a lot of. At this point, I am out of my teens and I'm out of my 20s, so spoilers. Oh no. So yeah. I wonder if this looks like a little scary if I do it this way. It's like, oh, we're slightly different, aren't we? Oh, this is a little darker. Like a horror movie, a little bit. You imagine, like, suddenly this reflection stops and looks at me while I don't move. That'd be fucking cool.
Not doing it. They fixed the reflection of my glasses.
I don't know. I don't know why it's not working. And nice. She's not really doing anything. But I do be. Oh, I see now. Only 45 minutes.
I woke up so fucking horny today. Oh god. It doesn't happen that often to me anymore. Goddamn. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the compliments of my voice. Thank you.
With their glasses? I don't know if that'll help you.
I did something special.
Life is strange, isn't it?
Because it does reflections and you probably remember it. It's what I used my that one like rat avatar with the wrong glasses. That's what I
a partner that can match my horny. Most of the time, my partners are hornier than me. Most of the time. Yeah, crazy, huh? I am definitely more the alluring type, I think. So my horny is like slow and sharp, like a sniper, Like I try to hit your critical spots in the way that I do it. My partners usually are like an explosion, an AoE. Like, I may cause some slash damage, but historically, people I've dated are insane. No, I'm usually not the hornier person.
You gotta parkour onto that to parkour up, yeah.
That being said, I'm pretty crazy, of course, and I am pretty unwholesome. But
Naya, thank you for a beautiful 35 months, sweetie.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you. There we go. So, let me think. Stimulation, huh? I am just very difficult. I'm certainly not easy. You know? I don't think I guess I demand a lot of progression and self-care of anyone that's close to me, like really close. And the lack of it is... Huh?
I use deodorant.
You use deodorant. That's amazing.
There we go. Frames are back.
I'm so glad you use deodorant. Nani?
You chillin'?
Hi, Jean.
Looking all fancy up here.
Then what is this song? It's so dramatic. Just the music is getting a little bit too dramatic for me, actually. Okay, there we go. Let's go with somewhere near, I guess. It's pretty calm, so I don't want to like get too hyper on it. Okay, so I was saying, a messenger? No. Yeah, I think I demand a lot of self-care and progression in life. I think that if messenger, no. I think that I am unable to live with someone that doesn't progress. So like we may love or care about each other in the moment, but we should be somewhat different people in the next year or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. And staying the same is something I do not know how to do or do not want from people around me normally if we get really close, kind of thing. To me, staying the same is like saying that you've got life figured out at a young age, and that's something that I just cannot vibe with. for the most part.
and everything. It looks super cute.
Mm.
It has a really cute face and
Mm.
stuff.
So, progression is so important to me.
I'm so happy I found something like this.
Not just in soft ways, not just in ways to reduce issues that you have, but to genuinely resolve them, that they don't occur anymore. I think maybe we identify with our problems and our issues a lot more than we need to. While we could actually maybe resolve them for real. You know what I mean? Mhm. So, yeah. I have not done poly though. Poly is. Historically, I haven't dated anyone that was into poly. I think that is the main reason why I never got to try it. Because it has never been an interest in any partners I've had. I think at least. Yeah. I think I could have tried it. I'm not so sure how long I would have been able to do so though. At this moment in my life, I don't think that poly is possible. But we'll have to see how future me thinks about that and how my future thinks about that. I mean, I haven't been single for years, just saying, by the way. I haven't been single in years.
I'm using it because we have like basically most of the outfits from you. A little easier. Also, I think Meltina is just great because I don't have to modify her body too much to look at, unlike everything else that we had before.
So here's the topic I have been talking about a lot more recently, and that is a very simple question, which is, what is real when you communicate with someone? Are the people you're talking to convinced of themselves that they are genuine and real? Are they really, really, really convinced of that? Or does someone believe that they're genuine while in reality they aren't able to do the actions that they think that they would do? We can all conceptualize a version of ourselves that is abiding by our ideals, but reality is usually much more complicated when you're challenged in the moment and you're emotional. You may just betray your ideals immediately, which happens a lot of the times. So it's how words and actions don't match each other. If poly causes a lot of jealousy and is communicated in a way where that in theory shouldn't happen, then I would assume it means that the partners in question aren't actually capable of doing the words that they're saying to each other, thus making it not real in the first place. This is actually why I stopped ERPing some time ago. It is because looting to me was one thing. I communicated pretty clearly what I want when it's important. But it is not the same thing as what everyone gives all the time. Very often, ERP or intimacy is actually something else. It's actually we're getting closer to a different state in our relationship, or it is a this or a that or something other than what I wanted from the situation. And because of those kind of things, I realized that, well, we have so many reasons to kind of like say yes and hang out and get intimate and explore ourselves and explore our partners and explore people around us and such, right? But I think there are some things that we shouldn't, no, some things that I shouldn't use as a way to get closer to someone, or that someone shouldn't use on me to get closer to me. And one of those things is ERP. It should be as a result of something that was flirtatious, or not even flirtatious, just fun over a course of time. And if something happens, it would be because we're fun and because we're healthy towards ourselves and each other. And that healthy part is also really big. I think what I'm getting at is that up until now, I have lived life in a way where I have allowed a lot of interactions around me that, in my opinion, were unhealthy for themselves and myself and the surroundings, under the idea that progression is real. But what if progression isn't real? Right? What if people don't progress? Well, if someone else doesn't change, it forces you to change yourself to exist in the same space. That is kind of the conclusion I made after that. Unless I left the space, but that's not something I do very often. So I kind of realized that I am no longer willing to exist in as many situations as I used to. I think my standards changed. The impression I have of interactions, the importance I put in values of harmony in a group. I think that is the word that I'm looking for, harmony. Yeah. The importance of harmony has increased for me. Yeah. I guess to simplify everything, I'm a person that mostly leaves any space that I've been in for 3 weeks. If you've ever seen me in VR, if you ever see me join an event, if you've ever seen me join anywhere, you may notice that within a month I'm gone. Straight up. That is often because me staying anywhere for too long causes issues. Unironically, I very often cause a conflict in interest with affection and things like that. So when I make my own groups, however, I generally avoid a lot of vibes that I think I don't like, which is natural, when you make your own groups. But it turns out that it's pretty hard to do that when I have so many things that I'm used to, so many things I'm aware of, so many things I don't want in my surroundings, right? And so I end up with a group of just a couple of people. And that's awesome. I kind of like it. It's awesome. And then I spend a lot of time outside of this group as well. I just roam around random spaces. I still roam around spaces every few weeks, every few months, just to explore, and then sometimes I leave. It's rare that I stay somewhere, honestly. And I guess I'm starting to add even more filters upon my close life. I guess it is the fact that in learning more about myself and people around me, that I realize that I still want more, actually. I still want more. Yeah. I guess I'm not done yet. Maybe I'm greedy. But I'm not sure. Maybe it's good for me. So, I'm in front of a couple of decisions that I'm contemplating. And yeah. I haven't actually talked about this to anyone. But I feel like every 6 months should feel like you've taken a few steps forward. I think this is something I genuinely believe. Every 6 months, I need to feel like I've taken some steps forward. Yeah. So that was my little vague little speech. I guess the story is about progression in life, you know? And not just small steps, but overcoming something for real. It's like, the way I guess interpret that is the innate emotion that comes as a snap reaction. If that changes, that's what it means to overcome something, I think. You know what I mean? If you play a game, you get angry because you're frustrated. But if you play that same game 5 years later and you don't feel the frustration anymore, maybe you've progressed, right? Or the context changed too much. Maybe I should say, if 5 years later you found yourself in the same situation that you would have raged and been frustrated through 5 years prior, no matter the game, but this time you don't feel frustration. This time you don't lash out in anger. That could mean that you genuinely progressed in this particular issue, you know? Not just hiding the reaction, not just reducing it, not just lowering it a little bit, but genuinely that it doesn't even come up in your body, in your mind. It doesn't even fucking happen at all. That's kind of how I'm looking at it, I guess. But there are some things that I cannot stop being frustrated at myself either. I tried this in many different ways. And I realized that there are just some games that I get frustrated at. I don't rage, but I feel frustration. And I think I started to take my first steps into figuring out how to not feel that frustration the way I do. It was really simple, actually. It was realizing that you can actually be frustrated in a not so negative way, you know? And frustration doesn't have to lead into a negative outburst of emotion, but that I can say, oh, that's really frustrating. I have a hard time not being frustrated because of this. But saying that kind of made a difference for me. I don't know why, you know? I didn't. Once I stopped saying, it's frustrating. Once you start like really putting your like your lungs into it, you're more than frustrated, you know. Mm-hmm.
People could see the faces we make when you do the calibrations, like.
I guess people always wonder how I can talk so long on stream and shit. And I thought to myself, it's like, maybe because I don't yap outside of stream that much sometimes. I do yap. I do definitely yap outside of stream. But only to my community. Because if I'm not within my own community, I just stay quiet. I just don't say anything. Pretty much. So maybe like it's just like, oh, this is this place where I start yapping kind of thing. And it's kind of weird, huh? Mm-hmm. So today is gonna be the last day of this setup. This is the setup that started everything.
Yeah, almost, but it's pretty much close.
Yeah.
95% maybe, or 99.
Yeah. I want to be able to spin my eyes well.
Check it using one eye.
It's interesting.
Like, wait, spin your eyes? Is that what you said? Yeah.
Well, anyway. It's time for...
Oh my god, did you just hear what she said?
It's time to think of a subathon, because this is gonna be... I'm a monetize for a little bit after all this. Goddamn.
I have the brain of a bird. I should stand up, because if I sit on my bed, then when I get into bed, it'll be warm, which is bad. The weather is warm. I feel like we're teaching and stuff, but I have nothing to share.
Alright. So, I kind of achieved the stream that I wanted to do today. I just wanted to talk to y'all. With the whole old 2B avatar stuff. I'll do it properly once I have time to make it properly. Originally, I was just going to maybe what's it called? I was going to what was it called again? Fuck. I was going to... I lost track of my thoughts, sorry. Oh.
So real. Yeah.
Sharing be caring.
Sharing is caring.
Yeah. I might be gone for a couple of days. So next time you'll see me might be... I'm not sure actually. I'll try this weekend. That's about it, yeah. Okay. So, yeah. I'm gonna go enjoy my night. And, no, I'm renovating stuff, so my PC will not be in my streaming setup. It will be still usable, but I will not be in. I don't think I'll be able to just freely stream like the. Maybe I might be able to do VR, but yeah, we'll see. Anyway, like I said, I wanted to just talk to y'all today, get my thoughts out, and then head towards what I feel like might be a bit of a new beginning for me. Both physically but also mentally for my existing communities, friends groups, my personal life and such. I guess the thing that is always consistent is just, relationship stuff has been pretty consistent for me, so I have had no worries there. So yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to me ramble. This was truly a unfiltered, unorganized ramble stream where I get to yap and you don't get to understand anything I'm talking about. Thank you so much, and I will check you out maybe this weekend or a little bit later. See you around very soon. Maybe. Yeah. Love you very much.